Hey Bobcats, happy Monday to you. We're going to start talking a little bit about experimental probability. On Friday, you did a cup flip. So you're gathering data of an experiment that is not equally as likely to happen. And we're going to be talking about that data tomorrow. But today we're going to give you a little introduction into experimental probability. So I have two examples here that I'm going to talk you through, and then we'll discuss them a little bit more as the days go on. So the first example says Jordan sits in front of her house for an hour and records the color of each car that drives by. 25 cars pass by and six are black. What is the experimental probability that the next car that passes by her house is black? Now, this is not based on an equally likely outcome here. It's not like a coin flip where you know that the odds are 50-50. We have no idea how many people actually live in that neighborhood that have black cars. So we collect that experimental data so that we can make a prediction. So this is basically a prediction and a probability prediction. So we're going to look at the probability, the experimental probability of a car that drives by being black. So based on the data that Jordan collected, we can say the probability of the next car that's driving by being black would be 6 out of 25. And we can change this to a decimal. So this is going to be 24 hundredths. Or we can also make this a percent, so 24%. And if you're not sure how to change that fraction into a decimal, all you have to do is take the top number 6 and divide it by 25. So if you have a calculator handy, you just plug in 6 divided by 25, and there you have it. Okay, so for this experiment, based on Jordan's data, we would make a prediction that the probability of a black car driving by next would be about 24%. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at this next problem. Your mom gives you some quarters to buy gumballs from a gumball machine. You get 15 gumballs. Out of the 15 gumballs, 4 are white. What is the experimental probability that the next ball that comes out of the gumball machine will be white? Okay, again, just a prediction. This is an experiment, and it's not based on any hard data. It's just what we are observing. And if you were to get maybe hundreds of gumballs out of the gumball machine, your experimental probability would probably get you closer to what would actually be the probability. But let's take the data that we do have and find the experimental probability for this. And so we're looking at the probability that that gumball is white. Okay, well, based on the data, it is 4 out of 15 times that the gumball was white. So we can say that the experimental probability, our theory here, or our prediction, is that the probability is 4/15. Okay, if we're going to change that into a decimal, let me go ahead and do that real quick. And I'll actually show you my calculator too. That might help you. Okay, so when I am changing here's my calculator. If I'm going to change my fraction into a decimal, I'm just going to do 4, okay, divided by, okay, so I click that divided by button, 15. Okay, and I'm getting a repeating decimal here. It is 2.6666666, okay? So I'm going to round that, and I'm going to say that the decimal here is 2.7, okay? Which means that our percent will be about 24%. All right, Bobcats, today you're going to be working on iExcel, and you're going to be looking at some experimental data, and you're going to make probability predictions based on that. If you have any questions, please reach out to your math teacher, and have a great day.